Shalom, it's Jeremiah Call. Before we start off, I want to give praises to the Father and the Son. Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushua, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushua, Brakta Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh is who the people ignorantly call God, and Yahushua is who the people ignorantly call Jesus. You so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans are the Hebrew Israelites. Shalom. So, today we'll be getting to the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And when most people, when you think of armor protects you from something. But majority of the armor that this world knows is carnal. But the armor we finna go over is spiritual. And this spiritual armor is the most powerful form of armor on the planet. This is Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And let's get into the definition wild. It says devious or cunning stratagems employed in manipulating or persuading someone. Then it has, the synonyms: tricks, ruses, ploys. Another one, lure, entice. And the spiritual devil can try to attack you, mentally. Try to cause you to doubt or, whatever it may be. But also, it's another, aspect of this. The physical devil. The devil's physical counterpart is, the Edomites, which are the so-called white people. And on top of that, demons can come out of people to, try to mess with you and to knock you off your ball, or to just give you a hard time in general. That's why, it's important to have on that armor, but also to understand these things, so when they present themselves, you see them and understand, what's happening and what's going on. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. It's spiritual warfare. Pushing this truth. It's like you're in a spiritual battle. You fighting the demons and helping the angels. Letting the angels, help you. And the angels, they display signs and numbers to communicate with you. Like, again, like we said yesterday, numbers, just repeated numbers, like it could be 222, 333, 44 or 144, that's, ultimately, the angels encouraging you and, pushing you to, do what you have to do to, push this truth. And if you are not doing those things, those numbers that you may come across in your everyday life, set as a reminder to, like, if you're not on track, get back on track. So, by not pushing this truth, you're letting the demons win the battle. But by pushing this truth, you're fighting this spiritual battle. And it's important to, fight. Is, we have to fight to push this truth. And, by pushing this truth, you're a enemy of this world. And, you're fighting against this current world, this current kingdom. And you're fighting for the kingdom to come. And I have a precept to go along with that. It's 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to the pulling down of strongholds." So, this battle that we fight isn't fought with carnal weapons. We're fighting with, spiritual weapons. We're fighting to push this truth. We're fighting using the spiritual armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And it says, "But through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to the pulling down of strongholds." When you push this truth, you're pulling down this current kingdom, this current wicked world. And if you notice, ever since Elder Bivens came on the scene, which was John the Baptist and Elijah in the 1960s, ever since, he started the Hebrew Israelite movement, from the 60s until now, we have only been getting closer to the downfall of this place. And we are witnessing with our very own eyes the downfall of this place, this current world, this current wicked kingdom with our very eyes. So by pushing this truth, you're actively destroying this wicked kingdom. And you're pulling down this place, man. And, all this is spiritual. Like I said, for our weapons of warfare are not carnal. And we got verse 13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So, if you have on the full armor, you're gonna push the truth. And you're gonna do it for the right reasons and not for carnal gains or worldly gains. And it says that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So, we should be, pushing it, giving forth, our best effort. Each brother best effort, looks different. But as long as you know that you are trying your best, giving it, 144%, so when it's all said and done, that you can say that, you did what you were supposed to do, and that you don't have, any regret of feeling that you wish you could have did more. Well, we have the time of day to do more. you know we can strive and fight to, do our best. And we don't want to be left with regrets, come the day of the Lord. We want to be confident, in your work that you did. Verse 14. Actually, we have another precept. Matthew 5:16. Says, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. By pushing this truth, you're letting your light shine. Us brothers pushing this truth, we are bearing and shining our light upon the wickedness and the darkness of this world, this kingdom. And by pushing this truth, letting your light shine, you're not doing it for your own personal gain, but to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because that's ultimately what it's about. At the end of the day, is that, if the Lord is pleased with you, or if he's not pleased with you, that's what it really boils down and comes down to at the end of the day. So, we can't dim our light, try to hide our light, but, let it shine. Just like how the sun shines every single day. And how the moon lights up the earth at night. Verse 14. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Verse 15. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. And the reason that we have, this gospel, these mysteries, this understanding is to, shine your light, to spread your understanding that, the Lord has blessed you with. From you shining your light, you may ignite another brother's light to shine. From there, it could be a chain reaction. And if you look at it, from Elder Bivens letting his light shine, look how many lights, not only in America, aka Babylon the Great, but around the whole world have, started to shine. Verse 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And we know that faith and works go hand in hand. And and from you showing your faith and doing what's required of you, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua can have that the whole armor on you and protect you from the fiery darts of the wicked. And the Lord can protect you spiritually from demons and unclean spirits, and physically from, wicked people of this world who may try to harm you or do whatever to you, So, that whole armor is, very important, and it is a necessity in this thing. Verse 17. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And when you think about a helmet, it goes on your head. It says the helmet of salvation. So if you have salvation on your mind, which is the true heart, then you're gonna do and take the necessary steps that you have to take to obtain that salvation. And that's by, pushing the truth. It says, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And we know that the sword is the scriptures. And the scriptures is sharper than any carnal sword on this planet. And I have a precept to go along with that. It says Hebrews 14:12. For the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So the scriptures is powerful. With the carnal weapon, you maybe can bruise somebody's carnal flesh. But with the scriptures, it can wound. If you get cut by it, it can wound your spirit. And having a wounded spirit is way worse than having a wound in your flesh. And the sword, the scriptures, this truth is the most powerfulest weapon on this planet. And this weapon is spiritual. Some people may think guns is the most powerful weapon, nukes, missiles. No, man. This truth is the most powerfulest weapon. By this truth being preached, it's bringing down kingdoms. Wicked kingdoms. It's bringing down, wicked strongholds. And by this truth being preached, it's getting us closer and closer to the day of the Lord. And I have another precept, Proverbs 18 and 14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? So that carnal weapon can give somebody a infirmity, but the sword, the scriptures, can cut somebody and give them a wounded spirit. And what did the verse say? The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? In verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplications for all saints. And what I learned from an older brother in this truth is that the ultimate prayer, the ultimate supplication is, pushing this truth, pushing this gospel. You know? And by having on the full armor, which is spiritual, and the most powerfulest armor ever, you know? So with that, hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Until next time, Shalom Yashala.